What's up? Hello, everybody. How you doing? It is hot.
A little bit.
It is so muggy, but it just started thundering again. Hopefully, that means it's going to start pouring. Um,
I didn't want that phone.
where is he? There he is.
I went to the comfy chair.
What are you limping around for?
It's hot, that's why.
Hello, CPR. Teresa, Alberta. Hiccups.
What? We got a hiccups in there?
I
I thought you
do.
said hi to hiccups.
Mouse, Wendy, Lisa, hello. Devana, hello. Oh my goodness, it is so hot. I think I gotta go get another bag of ice and put it in the cattle trough again. That was nice and refreshing. Jennifer, hello.
Yeah, but
Adrene, hey. Robin, Kathleen, Mary. Oh.
Remember, guys, hit that thumbs up.
How many thumbs up are there?
There was 9 when I just pressed it.
Els! What's up, sweetheart?
paper towel.
Paper towel. You dripping?
Just a little bit.
Kimberly, Diana, Sue Davenport, Linda, AP, Athens, Greece. Aw, thank you.
Hello, Jennifer.
Steven's doing really good. He's Mr. Mom right now. Jennifer W,
Linda
Donna,
Livingston.
Tori, Joyce Butler.
Yeah.
Hi, Joyce. Oh my goodness. It is hot.
Just a little bit.
It was crazy. It was 100. The feels like was 110 this morning. I took my ice bath. And then about 10 minutes after that, it dropped to 78 degrees and started pouring.
Felt good right before it started pouring.
Oh, right before it started pouring, it felt incredible. It dropped to 78 degrees and it was unbelievable. Pat, hello, Ghost Lady, Linda, Cammie King, Shadowrunner, Kimberly Chess, Jennifer W, Diana Wisely, 107 right now there. The feels like is 100 right now here. And we just came in from the Gator Marsh. We were looking for nest.
We're at 108, feels like right now.
Feels like it's 108.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Ted. Shadow. Sandfire.
Hello.
I was reading Joyce's comment and Sandfire's name at the same time. Peggy. Hi, honey.
Yeah, I'm going to need to clean these more. So could you
Lucy's
use the
doing-
tweezers?
Give you what, buddy?
The tweezers, like by the cup.
By the cup. There's tweezers.
Slow up in front a little more.
Getting warmer.
No, colder. Warmer.
I don't see tweezers. I honestly don't see them.
Oh, it was a reflection on the cup. Okay. This will work.
Sorry.
It's fine.
Oh my goodness, my glasses are so fogged up. It is, when I tell you it's hot, it's unbelievably hot. Kimberly, what's your sad news? Renee, Joanne, hello.
My other half.
Heather's in here?
Yes.
Hi, Heather. Tomorrow's video is the Cuban eggs.
Yeah, she said up above, feels like we're all melting.
It does. Oh my goodness, my husband passed away June 24th at 5:40 p.m.
Sorry.
Wow.
Sorry, God bless you, Kimberly. Prayers. Laura Sloan, hello. John Weigel, hello, sir. Jennifer W. here, Hannah here, Shonda here. 104 in Ocala, that's what it is here too. Sherry B, we are hanging in. Robin French, good luck, good luck. Robin, good luck. Kathleen,
Yeah. It's
I bet it's understandable why you're so emotional. No doubt. No doubt. That's a tough one. Lose a spouse or a child.
Hello, John Weigel.
We met a girl today. Scott and I were going to get the food for the rodents and the rabbits at Tractor Supply.
Kaylee, what's her name?
She just lost her son,
Yep.
5 months old, and they thought it was SIDS, but on the autopsy it turned out not to be. It was a heart defect, and the doctors and all that when the baby was born, and I just my heart just sunk into my stomach. And when she said that, and it was horrific. It was just horrifying. And I couldn't even imagine that. 5 months old and
Yeah.
lose your child. Diana, have a great day at work and take it easy. It's kind of hot, honey.
Stay in the AC if you can.
She does. Yeah, the loss of a child would be the worst. That would be the worst. I did. I said, God bless you, honey, and prayers. And
Yep.
she's in that moment, though, that just recently happened where a lot of people, when something like that happens, they lose faith. Mom!
There you go, Jane. What, you don't like the one I gave you?
Oh my goodness. Mom was on the phone. One friend needs complete replacement.
Wow.
And it's just, I understand people lose faith when something like that happens. And I understand that because they're like, how could God do something like that to me? And it's not God doing something like that to you necessarily. That's what people don't understand.
You really need to give us an option to get rid of the heart.
The best thing to do is to find peace in God and pray.
I've been talking to Heather too much because she's doing it to me too now.
What'd she do? Oh, she's sending you pictures of food?
Yep.
It's tough. Funerals are always the hardest part because that's your final goodbye. Just remember all the good times. Remember all the good times, and that's It's true, Heather. True. It's not. I don't even know where to go with that from here because it's so hard. I went through it when I lost my mother and my father. It was really tough. And the way I look at everything is just enjoy every minute you have here because it's truly, truly the greatest gift of all that we get, and it's life. And being able to share things with others, and that is the greatest thing of all.
Heather says that she has tomorrow and Friday off.
Good, Heather. Good. Heather's going with us on our secret mission.
Apparently.
All right. Sue, it does in a sense, but I don't know. I went through the time where I said, God must have me confused with someone else then. But maybe it is definitely done for a reason, or maybe not for a reason to us, but to the person who passes. It's just their time to go and leave us, and maybe they'll be back. Maybe I don't even know how I feel about it because it's so hard to understand, but it's just weird.
So you don't want those no more.
Oh, I smell Obsession cologne all the time. My dad used to wear Obsession, and I smell that all the time.
I mean,
Yeah.
they're on the brink, so I'm just trying to make them last.
Are they on the brink?
Yeah.
Well, yours are what, 3 years old?
Yeah, almost.
Yeah.
So they had a good run for,
Oh yeah.
but again, it's because I do this, keep on putting out the sweat from inside. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, they're on that edge right now.
We have a lot of alligators that don't have names. We have a lot. Chris, what's up from Australia? Brother, when you coming out? When you coming back out to visit? He loved out. Kimberly, remind me later on this year. We'll name one after him. Yeah, Sue, the shocks are the best. I'm going on a year and a half on this pair. Jen Hale, what's up?
November,
What?
he says. Chris says November.
November?
Hey,
Cool.
Yeah, you already said that in there when you typed.
Oh,
Yeah. See you in November.
awesome, awesome.
Say hi from Australia. See you in November.
Awesome, brother. You got to find me some rocks in Australia. Bring me some rocks. Fossils and stuff.
All the
I
stuff
can't
you
name it abnormal. We could name it putters.
Putt putt.
We'll name it putt putt. We got to find a gator and name it putt putt after abnormal.
Well, that just means we gotta make an entire mini golf course. and put them in it.
What? 10 acres is plenty big enough for his mini golf course.
It's not raining yet, Beth. We're hoping it starts in shortly here. It started thundering.
Oh, there's a present on the way for you.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
An old slow gator named Put Put, as Tori said.
We gotta find an abnormal one. Name it Putt Putt.
You can't be the one with the weird looking tail that we caught, because that one moves too fast. Gotta be a slow mover.
I did, Mom. I cleaned off part of my desk. I
Yeah.
did clean off part of it.
Yeah, he saw mine and it's like, okay, I gotta clean mine now.
Yours is clean?
It's cleaner than it was.
Really?
You saw.
Oh. Beth, we were finishing the hot room, and it was so hot, so I got in my tub of ice water, and then I said, all right, I'm going to go dry off, and let's go, we'll film cleaning the lemurs and doing that. So I went and cut a bunch of bamboo, fresh bamboo, and then it started thundering and pouring. So Scott and I ran in the office. Z was down by the house working, so he ran in the house.
Drenched.
And we were soaking wet, and I was already freezing because the temperature just went from 110 to 78. And I was in that tub of ice water. Oh my goodness, I was freezing. And then we had to hurry up and do everything when the rain stopped. And then we finally got everybody cleaned and fed and everybody done. And we had to run to town to get the feed for everybody.
Yeah, no, it's thundering here too.
Amy says they got thunderclaps up in Otter Creek.
Yeah, it's thundering here too, Mimi. Scott hates creepy dolls.
Yes. That is correct, Mark.
The male is doing great. We built him. We put him in with the rabbits, and we built a deck off one of the trees so he can jump up there. And we feed him up on his deck.
That way the rabbits don't.
That way the rabbits don't.
Because otherwise they'll eat everything. They already eat everything.
Yeah.
They'll just eat his food too.
I mean, he could also sleep underneath the deck too now.
He goes in the chicken coop
Yeah.
I'm
too,
saying if he wants.
in the little barn thing.
Yep.
But he loves the deck in there, man. So we did that. We did a bunch of stuff today. Sherry B, do you have one missing a foot?
A gator.
We do have one missing a foot in the gator marsh.
Yeah, it's in the marsh.
Missing a front foot, right?
What's his name? Tripod?
We do have one out there missing a front foot. Reading, I bet it's hot in Jacksonville, huh?
Hello, Barb T. You need to get video.
Melinda, hello, Barb T, what's happening?
Video of the three-legged. The one that's missing.
That one doesn't come up too much, though. It stays back. We got to find one that comes up a lot. And look for his marking. Kimberly, the one goat that it was so severely injured, I put her down after we did our live, so she wouldn't suffer. Mimi, Sunday. Meat.
No, Wendy. Unfortunately, it didn't.
No, we put it down. It was suffering way too much. But the boy is doing awesome.
Yep.
Chocolate is doing great.
Yeah, he's already ramming Robbie in the back of the calves because he thinks he's playing with him.
He's so small, and
Well, they're called what? Michelle said pygmy
pygmies.
goats. Basically, a miniature goat.
That's true, Beth. We find a gator on a golf course, we can name it Putt Putt
After Mark.
after Mark.
And I'm sure we will
He's
get
so
one on the golf
cute.
course.
He is so cute. He follows you everywhere. He loves people,
He's entertaining.
and he's so funny. Angela, hello. He's really good. Well, then we did everything today. We ran and got the food. We got back here, did a few more things around here, put up the food, fed the rabbits, fed the goat,
Cleaned out tortoise waters.
cleaned out the tortoise waters, and then we went for a walkabout in the gator marsh. We said, let's go see if we can find any gator nests starting to be built. We located 2, and then the sheriff's department brought us a roadkill pig.
Yep. Hello, Terry Adams.
So we fed that off. Terry Adams! Chocolate has a bunch of friends.
Yes.
He has chickens as friends, and he has rabbits as
Probably what,
friends.
40 plus rabbits?
Yeah. And Lucy is doing awesome. We dug the Cuban crocodile eggs. And that video will be out tomorrow.
Still won't tell you how many.
We had goats before, but they were so old. We got them from people. And 2 were Ashley's, and they were both old. Ashlands.
So you can start goat yoga.
Oh
Need
my
more
goodness.
pygmy goats.
Honestly, with him, maybe. Because he's friendly enough to do it.
You probably could with him.
Yeah.
Nicole, wait till tomorrow. Put your guess in the video.
Yep. Make sure you guys put your guesses in the comments when the video posts.
We will definitely do a video with Chocolate and show you the deck we built in there off the tree so the rabbits can't get up on it. And he jumps up, jumps down, jumps up, jumps down.
Mm-hmm.
He's funny. Then he sleeps on the deck, and if it starts raining, he goes into the little barn. I don't know, Marcia. Goat yogurt. Oh, thank you, Kathleen. We love them too. They're awesome. But I think it's next week. Isaac and Kevin are going to come out, and David, and help us work on the lemur enclosures.
Getting the primary one done.
Getting that one done, and I want to get.
Because once that one's done, then we can
I want to
actually
get
focus
this
on the
one
other
done.
ones.
This one over
one.
here that moved down there. Yeah.
Yeah. That way.
Yeah.
Not this way. This way goes to the front. Getting this gone, Bobby, like the heat messing with you?
Oh, it's so ridiculous right now.
Yeah, once we get the main one done, then we could actually
Tully's!
knock out the other ones.
Howdy.
Oh, man. It's cool. Oh, did you guys see my new sphere holder? Look at that. Can they see that?
Yeah, they can.
No. They can
Yeah.
only see the sphere. Can you see the sphere holder?
Look at it's on your.
Oh, it is there. It's an alligator. And he's holding a sphere. Isn't that cool? Oh. Isn't that Tori's like that is cool. I showed Tori when I got it. And 2 Lees, I want one. Mark, you need a spear or a sphere? Barb, we've got a bunch of gators. We're after 2 big ones right now. Tammy, hello. How you doing, sweetheart? Tebow with the sphere. Jennifer, here, let me give you a recap of trivia last night. Just like every other trivia, Robbie won. That sums it up. I don't know. Who got the dragon sphere holder?
No. No? Who got it?
Kimberly.
Was it Kimberly Mills?
Yeah.
Kimberly Mills got it.
Yeah.
Mom, you'd have to ask her.
Because we only have one of...
We only had 1 dragon.
Yep. And then the one white snake, cobra.
And we had the 1 dark cobra.
No, one white.
White.
That's the one Mom got.
Oh, okay.
And then we had the 2 dark
Okay.
from the previous.
I'm still trying to get more dragons and more cobras, too. Els, how are you feeling today, sweetheart? All right, Sandra. Have fun, sweetheart.
Shonda.
Sandra.
Shonda.
Sandra Delphi.
Oh, I was looking at Shonda Crawford.
What'd she
Okay,
say?
Shonda Crawford, take care.
Shonda, God bless, honey. Love ya.
She's at, gotta go to Mom's. Everyone take care. Love y'all.
We're trying to.
Robin, good night. Love ya. God bless.
Els did go as well.
Els
Did
did.
she?
That's what I said.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Els.
She probably just came in to say hi. And then,
Yeah, she's so exhausted.
yeah.
Plenty of roast.
Well, she's also, she can't type too long.
Right,
anymore.
her hands.
By the way, Patty, nice on sending the food pics to. At least now it's not
My
just
skin
me.
is hurting.
Oh,
I have
there's Els.
problems with my tummy, but overall better than last time.
Good.
God bless you, honey. God bless.
King Jews are fine.
Kinkies are doing really good.
Yep.
I can't wait to get their new cage built. I want to do theirs like 10 feet tall.
Fresh.
We got to find the rolls of wood that are
67. I got 67 likes and 83 people watching.
hit those likes, hit the thumbs
Pop
up,
out,
people.
hit that thumbs up, people.
We got to find the rolls of wire that the real small.
The like 1.5-inch squares.
Yeah.
I think they had some there, but it's a really short roll.
No, we need 5 foot.
We're
It's
gonna have
gotta
to check at the big box store then.
Yeah. We got to find a place where we can get that, and it's the thicker stuff.
Now,
It's
how
not
tall do you want it?
5 foot.
5 foot?
No,
they
we
don't-
can do it 4 foot because we can do the Kinkies cage 8 foot tall. So 2 runs.
Okay. If anything, we can check the wire guy too. Get it direct,
Yeah.
because then you can
Alright.
get it coated too if you wanted it coated.
I don't.
That's what I use. I use the 1-inch
The King Jews we don't really.
coated, For my tortoise, well, right now my tortoise,
I can't use
and our
1 inch.
monitors.
It's got to be smaller because I can't have
they
yellow.
have, you can get it in 1/2 inch too.
Yeah, it's got to be 1/2 inch. Thanks.
Oh yeah. We don't need them messing with them.
Yeah. The lemurs will mess up the snakes.
Yeah.
So I'm not worried about the lemurs. The kinkajous, if
That's
it goes in
Yeah,
their
we can
night
check,
box.
You can check on the website from the wire guy. He has a I know he has a
Pam
location in
Walsh,
St. Pete.
hello. Fast talking girl, hello. Sunny days. Jennifer. We found 2 gator nests that are starting to be built so far.
Mm-hmm.
And they're brand new starting. You can see where they're scratching it up.
Guaranteed. 2 guaranteed ones.
And a couple others that were promising.
And a couple
Locations.
Like 3 other promising ones.
but hopefully we get them before
The big
big rains come, because
Yeah.
the 2 are up on high ground.
Yeah, especially that one.
Yeah.
That one was like way up there.
I don't know why not, Wendy. Lucy did lay. That video will be out tomorrow.
And then we'll be checking comments to see who was close or spot on.
I will tell you this, my guess was not right.
Neither was mine.
Or was it? Ha 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 ha!
I think everybody's guess was right.
Fast talking girl, she's in here. Mouse is in here.
Yeah.
Robin, good night. God bless. Or is that
Did my
comment?
chat freeze?
That comment froze at the
Oh.
bottom.
No, never mind. I forgot I refreshed to see how many likes were out there.
Oh, the rain was beautiful for a little while it lasted.
More than one egg.
More than one? Let me see. Let me redo my chat.
I had to close out completely just to, and I had to remember. I didn't remember to put all messages, so I just did
How
that.
do I get the chat?
Click back on the video, and then you should be able to have it pop back up.
Nope, that didn't work.
Where's your chat comment area?
Right there.
Click on the comment. There you go. Boom.
Oh, okay. It stayed
And then
up. Let me
make sure
close
you
it
got the whole
out.
message. Yeah, I had to close the whole video out.
That's what I gotta do. Because my chat's messing up.
Doing good, Angie. Just hot.
It is really hot.
Got extremely humid after the rain this morning.
It's still... Oh, it didn't close out. That's why. Alright, we'll go
Fix it.
there. I don't know. I'll see you in a second. I'm just trying to get my chat back up. Yep, it's fixed.
That's correct, Shadow. Croc eggs are gator ones.
Yep.
Would you say they're probably the largest out of all of them?
It depends which crocodile. I mean,
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm talking in comparison.
comparison to what? There's 27 species.
Oh, yeah, true.
There's 27 species of crocodilians, so you got to figure out.
Not to mention reptilian. What? What do you mean by largest?
Crocodilians.
And crocodilians?
Then technically no.
You just said our croc eggs.
Oh, no, they
biggest.
did. They were at.
Well,
like
They were making a comment.
again modern, like because
or prehistoric, or
We ain't modern Smack
Tomistomas have
at the
huge
same time.
eggs.
whatever you do the exact same thing to us. Nice try.
So he gets mad when we pull it on him. It just depends. Tomistomas have huge eggs. And they're probably the biggest of the crocodilian eggs.
Yeah.
I think so. I think Lucy laid all of her eggs. That's a pretty good guess, Mark.
Robbie just saw, reading the comment up above, just saw a video of a guy getting a gator's attention with meat and lost his hand. And if you saw her message.
Where'd you send me a message?
That was it. She was talking about the one up above.
Oh, one above? I didn't see that video. What was your guess, Shadow? Yeah, I heard Madonna had problems, had to cancel her tour. Well, cancel a part of her tour. She had what? Some infection or something, I forget now. I saw it earlier today. I guess more than one, but less than 100. That's a good bacterial infection, yeah.
You'll have to put your answers on the video when it posts.
Yeah, put your guesses in the video tomorrow
Because
when
we'll
it
be
comes
checking
out.
the comments.
She's intubated. Oh my goodness. Holy smoke. I didn't know it was that bad. Not brilliant. That's why, Fast Talking Girl, that's why I don't like doing a lot of videos like that. Because as humans, we have monkey see, monkey do mentality. And that was one of the big reasons I got in a fight with our production company when we were filming Swamp Brothers. I've told you guys the story before, but I'll tell you right now for the people that never heard it. We were down there. You guys saw Paul catching a gator, and I used to do things like that when I was young, and it was a thrill. And it's a show. And then I don't know what happened. I thought to myself, and this was before we did Swamp Brothers, I was like, I'm not doing that anymore. It's takes too long, and it's got to be too stressful on the animal. What we do is stressful enough on the animal, but we get it caught and taped up and put in the vehicle as fast as we can. Mm-hmm. And we tape up the eyes as fast as we can. Because when the animal can't see, it relaxes more. But you got to remember, when an animal can't see, it still has some of the greatest hearing. So there was a video with a biologist who threw the towel over the head and went to jump on it, and the gator turned
chomp,
and
chomp.
rammed him.
Mm-hmm.
Because they have an incredible sense of hearing, and he stepped on leaves or something, and the gator heard him step and swung towards the step and caught him. Luckily, it didn't turn out bad. But my thing is to get the gator caught and moved as quick as I can, and the least stress possible. Now, when we were filming one time, my cameraman, my director of photography on our show, which means the main camera guy, his name was Martin. And Martin had worked on several shows before ours, but he always worked on crime shows and never worked on an animal show. So I loved Martin because all our cameramen were great. They never really worked with animal shows before ours, and they learned so much. And I love working with people like that because they ask you all these questions and they do everything. So Martin and we were filming in Tebow's pen, and I grabbed one of the gators out of there. I think it was Everett, and I was doing the hand tricks. He was opening his mouth, and I was putting my hand in his mouth and then pull it out quick, and he'd go. Because as I'm pulling out, I bend my fingertips and touch his bottom teeth. And so he slams his mouth shut.
Yep.
And that's the trick to doing that. But the trick is fast hands. If you do it too slow, you're going to get caught. And then I took Everett and I took him, opened his mouth, and I put my head in his mouth. And the producer saw me doing this stuff, and she was just watching in amazement. And she yelled at Martin. She goes, Robbie, stop. Martin, grab your camera. You have to film this stuff. And I said, nope, I'm not going to do it. And she said, you your contract. I said, no, I don't have to do it, and I won't do it. If you guys want that done, find somebody else, because I'm not doing it. And she threw a fit, dude. She called Discovery. She threw a fit. She called my agent, and my agent calls me and is going, Robbie, what the heck is going on? You know she's calling Discovery. I said, I don't care. He goes, you know they could tell you you have to do it. And I said, who's going to make me do it? I'm the one that's doing it. You can't make me physically do it. Because if you want it done like that, I'll do the same thing I do on the OTFs, which is the little interview bites. It's called OTFs, on the flies. I'll sit there and talk in a stupid accent and say what you want me to say, so you can't use it. And
Oh, darling, good.
hello. And and she stormed off. I talked to my manager, and Martin goes, why don't you just do it so we shut her up? And I go, Martin.
Also, another thing with that, because that could also be filed as harassment.
No, it can't. But
For putting you in a dangerous situation like that?
no, you can't. It's not. It's not dangerous.
Just think.
If you know what you're doing, it's not dangerous. But Martin asked me, Robbie, why won't you just do it?
I'm just saying.
Because then you're caving into her will.
No, that's not why. Why I won't do it is, you know how many hundreds of thousands of kids watched our show?
True.
On
That's all you need, is to have a bunch of kids out there trying it.
all I need is one little kid tries that, gets killed, and I hear about it. That's on that's on me. And Mark, you know what? You're right. He goes, you're 100% right.
And just think, with the way today's society is, the parents of that kid will turn around and try to sue you, saying they learned it from you.
I
On top
won't
of that.
I
Top
won't do
things off.
stupid things like that, because listen, I realize I can't stop people from trying stupid things like that. They are going to see it done somewhere else. But I don't want it on my conscience that they saw me doing it. And I did a video 2 or 3 years ago on Instagram, swimming with Tebow, and I was just holding on his back, and I took down the video right away and just left a little short clip of it, a teaser of it, because I didn't want people going out finding a wild gator and swimming with it.
Yeah.
People don't understand that gator, how much time we spend with him.
Yeah, he's trained, as the
It's
term goes.
not
Not
tame.
Not tame, trained.
He's desensitized.
Yeah, you've
it's
worked
not
with
even
enough.
trained. It's
Well, I consider it trained because, I mean, you've desensitized him in a manner that he doesn't do like some of the nuisance ones do, where you get close to him and they want to turn around and just whip you.
yeah,
And mouth open.
yeah.
Partial domestication?
Yeah, that's basically partial. Or I don't
No,
even
because
know.
domestic.
Not necessarily, no, because
domesticated just means it's been bred in captivity
That too.
over, I think, domestication. Heather, what is it? It's like 25 years,
because technically
25 generations or something.
A feral dog is still a domesticated dog.
Yeah. I
Even though
forget
that-
how long.
even though
But
technically-
crocodiles should be
Um,
considered domesticated because the
I
ancient
don't have
Egyptians
to
bred
look at
crocodiles and had crocodiles as pets.
Even though that those two terms should technically be, opposites, but by the
That's true, like what
the
Tori
very
said too.
basics.
In a way, he is trained to know that when you call his name, he should come because you probably have food.
Well, that's what I did do, Tori, is I trained him so that he wouldn't think I had food every time I called him. And that's why I spend hours in there. Well, I used to spend at least a minimal of 1 hour a day, every single day in there with him. And I just haven't had the time to do it anymore. But I wanted to make sure that he didn't associate me with just food. Because when we filmed Swamp Brothers, they didn't associate me with food because Steven fed them. Because it was funnier to have Steven feed them because he would throw food and run away from them. And they learned just go after the food. He's throwing it to us.
Yeah.
So it looks like they're chasing him.
Mhm.
They're not chasing him, they're chasing the food.
Yeah.
And then whenever I had to go in the pen, that meant somebody was getting caught. So they would all, as soon as they saw me or heard
Hey,
me,
Nick.
they would all go into the water and hide.
Nick!
Nick!
Heather said it's a couple dozen generations. Ty found his Iggies of different species of iguana started getting more domesticated after 4 or 5 generations.
Yeah, it does. But I think the definition of domesticated is actually something stupid like 100 years.
Yeah.
And it's stupid, but
I can quickly look it up. Actually, let me do that.
Oh.
yeah, they're wild.
Just so you see it. Heather, she said in the chat up above, but chat's moving so fast, remind you of a video of him where a bunch of people said, I didn't know you had a prosthetic arm.
Oh, there was a video of me.
Which arm's prosthetic?
Yeah.
Which one?
There was a video of me feeding Tebow and Everett
Uh-huh.
where I hand feed them.
Yeah.
And someone said on the video that, oh, that guy lost his arm to an
I
alligator.
didn't know you had a prosthetic.
I'm like,
I didn't know they
got both.
I didn't know they tattooed prosthetics.
I still got both arms, all fingers.
Well, no, they do actually ink it to match if you want.
Oh really?
Yeah.
What do you use? Pigskin?
No, it's,
Wrap it?
no, it's engraved.
Oh.
But they do actually have. Sponge.
There was, and then what's the guy's name who used to be on Fear Factor, and
Okay.
he owns the.
Oh.
Here's the definition for Nat Geo, which is an animal raised for food, work, clothes, medicine, or other uses,
I know who you're talking about, the bald-headed guy.
which are not wild.
Well, alligators fit under that.
No, I'm just saying, like, that's their definition. I'm looking up more.
I can't think of his name right now.
I can't think of
He's
that
that
guy's
bald-headed
name.
guy.
Yeah, what's his name, guys?
What is the UFC?
Yeah, another guy said I died.
Definition over time from selective breeding from the wild.
Rogan, that's it.
Thank you.
Joe Rogan freaked out when he saw me. He talked about me on his little podcast.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, oh my God, this guy's absolutely insane. Because Tebow's right in front of me, standing up tall, and just right in front of me, and I've got a huge chunk of meat, and I'm just holding it, and he grabs the meat, and he doesn't even shake it. And I'm telling him, gentle, gentle, and he just took it gently, and then I said, good boy, and I let it go, and he took it and went in the water with it. And he's like, this guy's crazy. And it's not crazy, it took a lot of work to get that trust with that gator.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have that same trust today with him because I haven't done it as much as I usually do. You know, we're in a hurry, so I go in there, feed, and now I give him a shovel full of
Trying to literally shovel it into his
shovel
mouth.
it into his mouth.
The
But he does have his mouth
Here it
open
is.
for
Yeah.
it.
Here it is. For an animal to be selectively bred to be domesticated is 12 generations.
12 generations.
Okay.
Yes. Which,
Yeah.
Which is about over 25 years, I want to say. So,
At least an hour a day, Sue.
let's see, 4.
Oh, it was 2 years, at least an hour every single day. I mean, every single day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Repeat.
Okay.
Do it all over again. Like a
Almost
wash
50
machine.
years on average.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
yeah, 48 years.
yeah. Raptor Adventures! Exactly, Adrene. We miss you too, sweetheart. You guys are awesome. We love you guys. Yeah, he mentioned, that's right, fat girl. He talked about me the one time when I was laying on Tebow. And it's just, yeah, a minimum. And Tori, when I used to go in the pond and literally I'd go in the pond and swim with 11 alligators and 1 crocodile in there.
I would.
And I had no problem doing it, but it took a long time to get to that point. I laid out on the beach during the winter. I never did stupid stuff like that during breeding season because males testosterone, and it's just a testosterone thing, a male thing.
I was also going to say it also depends on the stress of what we're the animal's life.
Yeah, it's if the animal's stressed, if they're not.
No, I'm saying what the animal's been through already. So it
Well,
could take-
Tebow wanted to kill me when we first got him, Z.
Yeah, but he didn't have the fear of humans.
Oh, he had no fear.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like that definitely affects.
I think some of the gators that turn out to be the best gators are the meanest when you catch them.
Well, yes, because they don't have that fear, so
And
they
they're
don't
most
have
attentive.
they don't have the issues of having to break through that barrier alone, because that's a huge leap on itself that you have to do.
Yeah. What scares me most are gators that, when you come up, they go under and hide from you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they.
Because they're not attentive and they don't learn. You're right.
Yeah.
But it's just, all right, Raptor.
Anyway, I got stuff to do, so I got to feed him.
Right, Nick?
Yeah.
Right? Exactly.
He's heading to get stuff done.
Yeah, he jokes, so don't try this at home. But there was, it was crazy comments on there. The one guy was like, "Oh my God, Tom Hanks is feeding alligators," and I'm like,
Have a good night, Beth.
"Good night, Beth. Love you. God bless." Tebow he's great. He is great. And I used to lay out on the beach, and there's so many pictures of me laying up, and my head's right against Tebow's side or on his tail, and I literally fell asleep several times and woke up by a gator stepping on my junk or stepping on my
On your
throat.
bits?
You know,
Or trying to cuddle up on you?
I woke up with them laying all across me, and it's like, oh boy. And I'm like, this is just stupid.
That's an interesting game of Twister you play.
Yeah.
Photoshop a Twister game board underneath you.
Yeah. But I found the best gators, like Z said, the best gators to train and do stuff with are the ones that don't show fear of humans. Those seem to be the best. Beth, good night. God bless, and we love you. Yeah, they are all so fluffy. Okay, Angie.
I just want to give them all big hugs.
Tebow's doing awesome. He's doing awesome. I was just in the pen with him yesterday. He's a good boy. He's still a good boy, but right now it's still breeding season's coming to an end. But now egg laying season is going to be happening. So how old is Tebow? Kathleen, we don't know exactly. He was 10 foot when we caught him. And that was about 10 years ago, 11 years ago.
So he's as old as you?
He's probably a little older. He's probably a little older than me.
So when you're in the pen with him, that means he makes you feel young.
He's probably a little older than me. He's probably about 60. I'd say, just to be safe, I'll say between 50 and 70.
It's good, Bob.
Just to be safe. And he's an old gator. He was eating dogs and had to be removed from Silver Springs area up there in Ocala.
Wow.
And I got him, and when we first got him, he used to chase me around the pen. He used to shoot out of the water and come after me and come running after me. And he would chase me for about 20 yards, then stop for a minute, catch his breath, and then chase me. And it took him a while. It took him about 8 months to stop doing that. And it's nerve-wracking when you have a big one. Tebow loves his chin scratches. He loves right there. Right under his chin, basically. Right under his jaws.
Have a good night, Angela Mullen.
Good night, Angela. God bless. Love ya. We got to redo a bunch of enclosures. I want to redo the Cubans pen, redo the Niles, redo the Tebow's pen. I want to make a pool just for Tebow and Felicia.
Separate them out.
Because
from the other girls.
Yeah, those two.
Because Felicia beats up on everybody else.
Yeah, Felicia beats up on all the other girls.
She pushes them out in the water mainly. It's the main thing she does.
But her and Tebow get along great, and
So
it'd be fun with just them and working with them every day again. Once we get open and we hire a couple more people, and I can spend more time with the animals instead of just hurrying up, feeding, cleaning, and doing stuff like that. It'll be fun to have those two in a pen and get to the point where I can just take a lawn chair, put it in the shallows of the water, and lay in the water with them.
Yeah, because running around like a chicken with our head cut off is exhausting.
Angelo, prayers, prayers, prayers. God bless you.
I can see you doing that too.
I do that,
out there
yeah.
with your up on his
I
back.
do that.
In a long
Doreen, hello. Tebow's 20 foot, yes, 20 foot Raptor Adventures. You know, and dealing with a 35-foot crocodile, alligator like that is a rough job. You know, and him being 40 foot it's just ridiculous. You know, and dang it, I got to make that pond 70 feet across because he's 50 foot. I love how people do that. Something grows every other sentence, and it's funny.
Every 5 minutes. Like that one that started off at 4 foot,
Oh my goodness.
and every 5 minutes it grew another 6 inches.
Right, Mark? I don't know. I haven't gotten there yet. Z's out there in the kitchen making food for the animals.
He ain't so little anymore, Mark.
Yeah, he ain't so little. He used to be a lot more fun when he was little.
You know, when you could just sling him up on the roof, say go.
Yeah. And tell him to run, go get something. He ran. Now, like today, when we told him to go get the chainsaw, it took him damn 15 minutes. Scott and I were like, where the heck he go? To the still factory?
I was thinking the level.
Oh, the level.
And then we ended up using, what, the 2 foot?
Oh my goodness.
With Easter egg hunt. That's what it was.
Yeah, that's the best, Nick, is the slow hours when you get to spend time with the animals, just one-on-one, and just create that bond. Mouse Patty! Z-Dog!
Here you go, Z. This one's for Patty.
Your wifey would like to see you.
That one's for Patty.
Why don't you look and wave?
You're supposed to wave at her. You blow her a kiss. Blow her a kiss. Blow her a kiss. Oh. Blow
You've just
her a
been
kiss.
stuck by a foil. Now Patty's blushing too.
That's
Z's
why I
not
was
the
doing
only.
it.
Z's not the only one red.
Because I can't very well tell her to blow him a kiss because we can't see
He
it.
can't see. You're fine, Lisa Ann. But there's there's so much that is involved with animals that I wish they had such thing as you had an eye, and it was still a functional eye, but it worked as a camera as well.
So I'm sure that technology will come soon enough.
We got to get Elon Musk on that. Because that would be cool. Record my life. John, we got to tease him.
I did, Shadow. As soon as Heather asked for it, I blew one.
You did?
Yes.
Oh.
Ain't no hesitation.
Could you imagine that, though? Mimi, I'm actually... Lisa Ann! Z! Lisa Ann sent a super chat just so Patty can see Zoli again.
Come on now. No. This
No,
is Patty we're talking about, not just...
The love of your life, Z.
Come on now, you gotta go...
Why are you blushing? He's like, you guys are jerks.
He hates me right now.
He wants to kill us. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, Alberta. Working with animals truly is so rewarding. And yes,
Oh, another one?
Oh, you're getting red ruffs too? Cool. Z, will you grab me a water, please?
Kimberly, he has done it once before.
He's done it once.
Once, mind you. Ever since then, every time I try to get him to do it, he goes beet red. And then I get beat up on.
I know, John. I know. I'm truly blessed. All three of them. Thank you, buddy. Giant squirrels, they're they're about like that big. Tricolor squirrels. $6,000 miles, yeah,
Yeah, about that.
for now.
Uh-huh. Wait a month. That'll be 6 feet at all times?
Won't even be.
No, that'll be your rule until your back's turned.
Nah, they're old. They're
I know.
old enough. Heck, Michelle and I got married. She was 19.
John, I have one, and Heather has two.
The gator, yeah, the gator we caught, we threw in the grow out.
Yes.
And we didn't have time to film throwing it in the grow out. So we just had to hurry up, get it in the grow out, and then we had to dig the Cuban eggs. Okay, Lisa.
The one we threw in, Andy's asking, was it a female? No,
Male.
that was male. Yeah,
That was a male.
that's right. He tried to get me with it again. Except this time I was on guard.
I was close.
I was on guard this time. I was expecting it.
I'll get you next time.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get those two big ones. The problem we're having with them is there's those big culverts
Yep.
in the pond. And the gators know where those culverts are underwater and they use them. And through those. And we have a permit for them on that pond. It doesn't mean we can chase them to another pond. Matter of fact, we cannot chase them to another pond.
Something like that, Shadow.
Yes, fast talking girl. Of course you can, Jennifer. I've been doing a lot of stuff with the Real Gem guy, and you guys, we can some of the mods put up his link, please, on it. Incredible guy, Reed and Eric, and amazing collection, amazing rocks and gems and stuff. And we're doing stuff with them now, and if we start selling some of these big gems, our cut of the money will be going towards building the building and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And that will be phenomenal. That'll be phenomenal. And then I talked to a guy, some of you might know who he is. His name's Brian Holloway. He is a ex-football player. He played for the Patriots and actually has 6 Super Bowl rings with the Patriots. and I had a long conversation with him. He's going to be coming up here. He wants to hear about my plans, what I want to do, and what we have planned to do on the property and buying out the other property, and what we want to put together here. And he was just amazed by all the stuff, and he's going to come up and sit down with me and talk about everything and how we can get that to happen. He said, well, the first thing you got to do is create a corporation. I said, no, you don't understand. I want to do this so that I don't need to become rich. I'm not a person that has to drive a Ferrari or something like that. I am perfectly happy with my Dodge truck. Every penny I make, once we open and start doing stuff, will go right back into building something cooler and something, clearing more land and building more enclosures and doing stuff like that. And he was just blown away, and he goes, well then, why don't you do a 501c3? And I said, well, that's what I did. My plan is to, I'd love to get to the point where we're big enough where I can put together 2 or 3 people that travel. We can send to the whole state of Florida, any of the schools. And we could do, if we get big enough corporate sponsorships from like Coca-Cola, IBM, and stuff like that, we don't have to charge the school to send them with an alligator, a snake, a tortoise, a baby lemur, and something like that, and do an educational program at their school. And then they can do a tour with their parents, and we'll charge people to come here and do tours. But then what I said is I'd like to open for Sumter County, which is the county we live in, to the high school, to the elementary schools, and to the middle schools. One time a year they come through and we do an education program for them here on the farm, and at no charge. And that's what I'd love to do. And I'd love to get to the point where, you know, we could do a internship here, and do a scholarship, set up a scholarship program. But that's so far in the future. You know, you got to make millions of dollars to do that. But that's my goals, and I don't want the money for myself. My wife doesn't want the money for us. Listen, we live in a small house. You know, that's the smallest house we've ever lived in. 1,800 square feet, and we're comfortable in it. It's fine.
Yeah.
You know, we got 3 huge dogs in it, and we're fine in there. And you know, my plan is to get Nick here, and Nick doing this with us, and Z and Nick together are perfect. They're great together. Nick is very good with animals, and I'm just teaching Nick and Dan Davis, Nick and Z. I gotta get them to come out of their shells, and it's not about being an outgoing person. It's about letting the animals make you an outgoing person. You're sharing what you truly love, and that's the thing. And Nick's learning it. He's come a long way, and Z's come a long way, but they still have a long way to go, and they'll get there. They will get there. Great. And that's, you know, my whole plan is to build something huge and awesome that I can leave to them to do. You know, and my daughters will run office stuff and do that, and that's Piper's in school and Cass for a business. and that's my wife has a master's in business, and my wife actually graduated in her thesis. She was in the top 3 corporations in the world when she graduated. When you're getting your master's in business, you got to do a thesis on running a business, a mock business, and her mock business with, I think it was with 6 of them, 6 other ones. They were in the top 3. I think they were 3rd in the world during that graduating class for the thesis for business master's degrees. And incredible. And Cass is great with artistic stuff, and so is Piper. Piper is incredible with artistic stuff. And Piper even said, I want to design some shirts too. And I said, all right, she's done with school now for the summer, so she's got a little more free time, but she's working at Starbucks, and she's doing incredible there. She's a manager there, and she's doing incredible. Yeah, Patty's kicking butt on her test and all, and it's cool. It's cool, and you know, people don't realize I worked my butt off in several different jobs. I was a DJ. I did several different things where I worked my butt off and paid all the bills for everything, for this up here and for the house and everything, while my wife went to school. And I put her through school in her master's program all the way through her master's and everything, and now she's working and paying the bills for the house, and then I pay the bills for the farm. That was the deal we have. And that way, this is my job, doing this. And you know, we make our money off YouTube, and we used to make money good, but then COVID hit and destroyed us. It shut everything down. And even though Florida wasn't shut down, it was in the beginning, but then you still didn't get tourists coming to Florida. You didn't get, you know, and then they're saying, oh my goodness, primates are susceptible to COVID. So I'm like, okay, nobody comes out. Nobody's coming over. It's just me and Z taking care of everything. And it gets tough. And Chris was all the time helping back then. And Chris was an incredible help. But it's a lot of work. And yeah, COVID it destroyed everything. Everything. And I wish I could find the person who did that, because I'd love to throttle them and feed them to the gators.
One tiny bit at a time.
Yeah. No, just slice the belly and let them push them in the water.
No, I don't want them to just go like that. I'd rather let gator
Chris is doing awesome.
snip a finger here, snip a finger there. That way it goes slow, painful.
Chris is doing what he loves doing. He is working for Harley Davidson, and he loves it. Chris loves his motorcycle. He's going through, you know, we all go through different things in life. And that's his path right now. And that's awesome. I always say, chase your dreams. And you're going to take several side steps. You're going to realize what your real dream is after you've tried several other things, like I did. You know, mine was always, it was sports, but my ultimate goal was always, how can I make enough money to open a huge private zoo? And at first it was through sports, then it was through, you know, music, and then it was just through taking a chance and doing it. But the whole animal thing, it's been my life since I've been a little kid. I know, fast talking girl. Who knows what to believe though? We're fed so much BS, you know, that the truth is somewhere there, but who knows what it is? You know, it just, that's why I always say politicians, I believe a lot of them, Chris still is awesome, John. He still is. You know, and Chris will come back one day. You know, he'll be like, I miss doing that. But Chris has got three, you know, his two little daughters. And you got to remember, driving here 2 hours.
Yep. Through
And
Orlando traffic to get
through Orlando traffic.
That's 2 hour drive for him.
And it just, he couldn't do it. He tried to do work here and at Harley, and he has 2 days off a week at Harley. He was coming here the 2 days a week, and then he has no time with his daughters. Now he has 2 days off. He can spend with his family. He can do fun stuff around the house. He can do everything he wants to do, and God bless him. He's, you know, and then going to work, it's only a half hour for him to go to work. He gets home early enough. He spends time, does homework with the girls and everything. It's, I can't blame him. You know, I missed a lot of my kids' life by working so hard, and
Yeah.
dude, I was constantly traveling.
Yeah.
Running a reptile business, I was all over the world. And it's, you know, I know there's birthdays I missed, there's Christmases I missed, there's other holidays I missed because I was in Germany, or I was in South America, or I was somewhere in the world, you know, and it's tough. Yeah. Well, when you have a job and you own a reptile, you just can't walk out.
Nope.
You know, and you can't cancel shows like Germany. It's in Hamm, Germany, is the largest reptile show in the world, and they have it 4 times a year. So I was going 3 out of the 4, and then my partner would go 1 out of the 4. And it was like, but we couldn't miss that show. I would get so many cool animals there and sell so many animals I had from here there that carried us through months.
Hello, Joanne.
Joan.
Joanne. Joan. Joan.
Joan.
Joan.
It's an incredible show. It's a 1-day show, and literally every yeah, Mouse, that's oh,
I think
it's,
Hannah's referring to when Nick's passenger was a cobra.
yeah,
A king cobra.
King Cobra. He had a King Cobra as a passenger. Nick's.
Nick, did you have to stop for any potty breaks for the king cobra?
Scott, how many kids do you have?
I have 1. And Heather has 2. So that means Heather has 4.
Yeah.
And I still have 1. No, I guess you could say 3. Helped raise one of hers.
And he's a good kid.
Yeah. And the other one was pretty much grown up. He stayed in Nebraska.
We do mail on Sunday nights.
Yep.
Linda. I don't blame you, Mouse. Nobody should have to die alone. And too many people did die alone during COVID. And I don't know. That's just wrong what they did to people. What they did to people during COVID was absolutely wrong. You know, and a lot of you know that one of my best friends lost his father. Cece DeVille lost his father to COVID, and he had the Johnson's and Johnson's vaccine, and he was COVID free, and he was in an assisted living because he had a stroke about a year before COVID happened, and they couldn't take care of him at home, so he was in an assisted living, and he was healthy, and they gave him the Johnson's and Johnson's shot. Within a week, he had COVID and was dead. And I came unglued on that one, because George was an incredible man, and he was like a father to me as well. And I couldn't go out for the funeral because of this COVID stuff, and they lived in California, and you guys know how strict California was and everything.
Was, aren't they still?
Yeah. And he passed away alone. His family couldn't even go in there. They wouldn't let people in the assisted living homes. Yes, we will, Mark, on Sunday night. And I chose not to do the jab. I had COVID twice. The first time I got it was before it was COVID. It became COVID in March. My wife and I and the kids got it in December. I got it. I was the one who brought it home. I went to Orlando Convention Center for the world's largest dive collection convention. It was all the surfboard, surf stuff, and all that, and the dive gear, and a convention, and a lot of those places came from China. You know, a lot of those people came from China, because most of your dive equipment is made in China. And I caught it there, brought it home. It's a 4 day convention. I was there all 4 days, and on the 4th day when I was coming home, I just felt really run down and achy feeling. And then 2 days later, I couldn't even get out of bed. And oh, they took me to the doctors, and my doctor was out of town, so Michelle took me to urgent care, and they said they tested me for the flu and for strep, and came back negative with both. So they said, oh, you probably have a virus. They gave me a Z-Pack and sent me on my way.
That's what they did to Heather too the first time.
And then I went home, and then my doctor got back, and he knew I'd gone there because we left the message with his office, and he was just checking on me the 5th day, and I said, I'm still bad. I can't get out of bed. My skin hurts. And he goes, what the hell, Robbie? I said, I don't know. You're the doctor. He goes, all right, come in Monday. And I think he called me on a Friday. And I had gotten worse. I was running a fever every day of 104. 104, man. Oh, you're just burning up. And then I went to him, and he put me on a Z-Pack and said, all right, we'll kick it out. Let's run another Z-Pack on you. And he gave me those little cough pills. They're little pearls of some strong cough medicine. And he called me after the third day and was like, all right, you should be feeling better now. I'm like, no, I'm just as bad. He was like, all right, get in here. So I went in the next morning. He sent me to do blood work. He checked me for everything, dude. He did so many tests on me. They were checking me for cancer. They were checking me for everything. And it was scary. And then nothing. And I did a third Z-Pack and a steroid and a steroid inhaler. He gave me a steroid pill and a steroid inhaler. And that's what finally kicked it out of me. And then you guys remember when I got COVID the second time, it was nothing but a migraine. But I never got the jab, never said, no way am I doing that. I don't trust medicine that much.
Teflon pearls?
Yeah, the Teflon pearls was the first time.
Oh, Sherry B just mentioned it with those little tiny
Yeah, the
pearl
pearls.
swirls.
Those are great when you've got a cough.
I'm sorry.
No booster. Too many people too many athletes in the world dropping over dead from stuff. You know, Europe had a big study. And then also the real Troy, barbecue guy.
Yep.
His wife, healthy, just stands up at the airport and a blood clot goes to her heart and she's dead. She had the shots, the booster, everything. And there's nothing you can do about it. People getting blood clots in their legs, and that's what she had. And then they got rid of the blood clot in her leg, and then a couple weeks later she had a blood clot that went right to her heart and killed her. Nick, the first time you got it, you couldn't work out every day. First time you were run down. Second time it was like nothing to you. I remember the first time. It didn't last long, but you were like, oh. I said, yeah, it sucks. Thank goodness, John.
I got blamed for every time Heather caught it.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know I had it because I'm asymptomatic. I was a carrier,
Yeah.
so no symptoms.
Yeah. I went and got tested. I had the, what's-a-majiggies in me? I forget what it's called now.
Yeah, the one time she got it from a coworker.
Mouse, what's it called when it's in your blood? You've got the immunities.
Antibodies.
Antibodies, yeah. I had the antibodies in my blood for it. And I gave
Yep.
blood.
I remember that one, Heather.
I gave blood for that, but all right, Sue, have a great night. Love you. God bless.
What's she making us?
Yeah.
Food sounds good right now.
I'm starving. And it was tough. COVID was tough. It messed up this country. It messed up the world. It messed up the whole world. I remember Nick, he couldn't go anywhere. He was so mad. Jennifer W., I don't blame you. I was the same way.
That sounds good with my leftovers.
Breakfast for dinner. Ooh,
That sounds good too.
that does sound good. Eggs and sausage.
Scotch
Mm. You're an ass. You had to say that.
You said eggs and sausage. Where do you think my mind was gonna go?
I wasn't thinking Scotch eggs till you said it. Now I'm
But you
craving
said
it.
eggs and sausage. You put the two together.
Michelle will kill me if I suggest that.
Tell her I suggested it. That way she don't kill you. She just beats you a little bit. She'll want to kill me.
Pork steaks, those are good.
She does make some.
I don't know, it's too
Scotch
hot
eggs.
though for a lot of that. That's why I can do the breakfast thing, but pork steaks, it's kind of hot. French toast, ooh.
Yes, Heather. Heather is where you wrap the eggs.
Yep,
Mm-hmm. And she makes them really good.
Michelle does make incredible sauce.
You gave me like
Scotch eggs.
2 of them, I think it was. They were good.
Yeah, they're incredible. She made them for my birthday, and she makes them on special
do that,
occasions. I can't help it. Today I'm so beat because of the heat.
It did put a whooping on us.
You know, when we walked in here and started doing the live, I was still dripping wet with sweat.
Yes, after walking the marsh.
Yep.
Yeah.
We walked the
I had
10
to sit
acre
in front-
marsh.
That's why I was late coming in, because I was sitting in
Roman
front of the fan trying
burger.
to dry
Oh, that
off.
sounds good.
That does sound good, Heather. I'll save the leftovers.
Oh. Tammy, we love you, honey. We love you. We had a Cuban sandwich today, Nick. It wasn't as good. The other place, the Cuban place I took you to, is much better.
No, I think he's referring to a Cuban colada.
Cuban.
That's what he's referring to.
Oh, yeah. I drink my Cuban before I go to bed because I cut myself down to 2 a day now. 1 in the morning and 1 right before bed. Oh, chicken marsala. That is delicious too.
Okay, it's time to go. You guys done made me hungry.
Yes, Scott is. John, we just try to surround ourselves with good people. You know, you weed out people quick and you find out who the good ones are, and those are the ones you're around for a long time. I've been friends with Heather and Scott for years.
And if you can't harass your friends,
Yeah.
what's the point?
That's the whole thing, you know. Too many people when
They get butthurt over it.
Yeah, they get butthurt. We play around with each other.
Especially off
No
some
one-
of the stuff we do to each other. It's
Yeah.
like, they would get mad.
Yeah, and it's like, dude, you gotta have thick skin. It's goes back to the old saying, "Sticks and stones may break
Yep.
my bones, but
Exactly.
words may never hurt me." You know, we're very thick-skinned. We tease each other so bad, and
That is so true, Heather. If
It's-
she's super polite to you, she probably hates you.
yeah,
She don't hate many
that
people.
is true. That is true. But whips and change excite me. Uh,
Whoa. Pierogies. Homemade pierogies.
oh, pierogies are awesome. My grandmother used to make the best pierogies, dude.
Homemade ones.
I'm Hungarian.
Yeah,
Pierogies are Polish and Hungarian.
exactly.
A dream. I mean, Angie always planning on it, but we don't know what.
Welcome back, buddy.
You done cutting up everything?
Yeah. Stands a little.
Exactly, a dream. You gotta laugh.
They're talking about food to us now.
Okay, well.
So that's worse than getting photos of food from.
Elves! Aw. Lawrence, Elves, we love you guys. We love you guys. Right? That's how my grandmother was too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She didn't pick on you, she didn't like you.
Yeah.
And that's the way it was at our house. If you were ignored, my parents didn't like you, my grandma didn't like you. Everybody, dude, growing up, my grandmother and grandfather living with us was the most awesome thing because they cooked in Hungarian just meals. Dude, all my friends. Jennifer! Thank you, God bless Jennifer. All my friends would come over and eat. And
I'd have been there too if I was around.
Steven and I, you know how when you're kids you grow up eating McDonald's and junk food? We never did.
No.
My mom occasionally on Friday nights, and I mean like once a month, go through Arthur Treacher's Fish and Chips, or else Wendy's, or else McDonald's, and then, or else pizza. But we would do once a month that.
Yeah.
And then my grandmother would cook all the other times. My friends we'd eat like Mr. Heroes and stuff when we were older, but when we were kids and like middle school and stuff, all my friends and stuff would eat McDonald's and stuff, and Steven and I used to get so jealous, and my friends would be like, hell, here, take my McDonald's, I'm eating at your house.
Well, that's because, it was cheap back then.
Grass is always greener.
Uh-huh.
Well, it was also cheap back then.
No, it wasn't the fact that it was cheap,
he had it all the time, and fast food was slim to none.
I know.
So, of course, as a kid,
you crave.
You crave what you can't have.
Yeah.
As a kid, I mean, you definitely should know.
And it was...
You crave what you can't have. It's just how it is. Why are you getting red?
He's turning red. Why'd you just hit him? Punch Scott in the gut. Oh, definitely.
Where you going? You can't leave.
I said I was only here.
What are you craving? What you can't have?
He's gonna throw his shoe at him. He just threw his shoe at him. A size 14 boot. A canoe.
Yeah. That was definitely a canoe.
God.
Might have been a canoe if you put a
Yeah.
control.
Els, go lay down, sweetheart. Get your rest. Get your rest. Just relax. You don't have to type, sweetheart. Prayers to you, and prayers going out to your whole family. Lawrence, you and your family. Patty, and Rowan, and Tice, and B, and that's the only ones we know, huh?
Yes.
There's two more.
Yes.
But we know.
We know the main ones. because B's always sneaking on late nights.
Right.
When else is on downstairs, watches the show from the staircase.
Oh my goodness. Your son had his picture taken today with a 5-month-old monkey. Oh. Dude, John, when like I first I started school in the United States in first grade. And I barely spoke, and they passed me in the first grade, but second grade, the summer between first and second grade, I went back to Hungary, and you forget all your English again then. And when I came back, I remember my mom used to take me to Buster Brown's. It was a shoe store. Mickey! And they had a monkey, a capuchin monkey in every Buster Brown shoe store. And it was so awesome. I used to love going there because the monkey. And it was awesome. We would go in there, and the one Buster Brown's, a friend of my aunt managed it. And they would let the monkey out when I was there. And I got to play with the monkey. And every Buster Brown shoe store in America had a capuchin monkey in it back then, in the 70s. In the early, I guess, what year was that? I don't even remember. In the 70s, it had to be 70s when I'm in first grade, or late 60s, early 70s. Something like that.
Hello, Beth Moffat.
Beth, hello. Joyce, hello. Hans and... Okay, those are the two that we always forget. John, I would love to come down to Sanibel. I love Sanibel.
Mm-hmm.
It's so awesome down there.
I don't know is that hard. On my screen.
There was a woman who had a restaurant on Sanibel, and I actually sold her tortoises. She had them outside at a restaurant on Sanibel. She had Galapagos tortoises and African spur-thighed tortoises and redfoots. I doubt they're there anymore. That was years ago. I don't. They might be, but Sanibel got pretty demolished from the hurricane. Jennifer, but chimps aren't monkeys. Chimps are great apes. Chimps are the same classification as orangutans and gorillas. I know, Mickey. You guys got to come down, bro.
Bring the ribs with you.
Bring the brats. I love his kids. His wife's awesome too. They're great. Mickey is it's a great family, dude. I've met so many great people. Oh man, I love delis. Yeah, it's hot in Florida right now, buddy. Yes, monkeys are like your capuchins, your spiders, your squirrels, your howlers, your siamangs, and there's several other species that I'm forgetting about. There's so many.
Red like Z.
Huh?
You're making Mickey turn red like Z.
Why?
He said you're making me blush. Talking about his family.
Oh, they're an incredible family, man. Brahm is the one in the coma. Okay.
And Hans is the sea captain.
Yeah, Hans is the sea captain. Marmosets are not classified really as monkeys. They are, but they aren't. They're marmosets. It's like tamarins. Marmosets
Would
are
it be considered like a sub?
It's
Something where
it's.
it is off from it? Or no?
I don't know. It's like science is so messed up because they even say sometimes they'll say lemurs are monkeys, but lemurs are not monkeys. They're prosceniums.
Yeah.
They're the oldest classification of monkey. You know, it's just.
Because we were here yesterday, they have most free roaming.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Macaques?
Macaques and baboons are considered.
Are they the
Well,
great?
baboons are considered apes.
Okay, so those are part of the great apes.
It depends. No, not part of the great apes.
Oh, just
part of the
apes.
ape. They're
Okay.
apes. There's great apes. There's apes. There's great apes. There's monkeys. There's true monkeys. And then the rest fall under like marmosets and all. They're not true monkeys. Tamarins, marmosets, lemurs, and what else, Nick? I can't remember. I went through the school so long ago that I can't even remember. There's primate books over there. They're all considered primates. Yeah, the colobus, they're awesome. Nick, I love the colobus monkeys. Yeah, baboons are under apes, but not great apes. The bats, they fit under monkeys. Oh my goodness.
Gibbons are apes as well.
Yes, gibbons are apes. Siamangs. Oh, cool, Hannah. You know what, Jennifer? I'm sure you know who Harumbi is. I got to like interact with Harumbi when he was a baby, and I got to tell you, gorillas are incredible. I got to interact with Mojo, Harumbi's father, who was the gorilla from Swamp Brothers that we did the root canals with. And oh my God, I held his hand during the whole surgery, and they were adjusting his gas by me holding his hand. He would start to squeeze my hand, and I'd be like, okay, he's squeezing. They're like, okay, we got to put him under a little more.
Give a little more gas.
Yeah, give a little more gas because he's coming too.
Coming
And
around.
I'm like, oh my goodness. But dude, when I was in the lockdown with Mojo was 400 pounds, a little over 400 pounds. And he was sitting right next to the bars, and I was sitting on the ground. And the look in his eyes, it was just so intelligent. And he couldn't reach through the bars, but he could have grabbed the bars and yelled or
Made you feel his presence?
yeah, made me know he was there, but he didn't. He just sat there, and he was hitting his head against the side because he had
The toothache?
the toothaches, and he was hitting his head, and he had cavities. And dude, just the look in that animal's eyes was like looking into a human's eyes that couldn't speak. It was so incredible.
Which ones are the ones that throw it?
A lot of monkeys will throw.
Those are the ones we don't want.
Yeah.
That's a simple way.
I don't like macaques.
I'm just saying, that's a simple way to go ahead and decide which one.
Macaques are like the ones that when we were down there, Jeremy's taking down the cage, in that cage next to us.
Yes.
I don't like macaques. I don't trust them. They're
The one seemed like the male was always scheming. You could see it. The
Yeah.
gears were definitely running. The female, she just seemed very timid because I guess the male was dominant with her.
Coco was an incredible gorilla, but I never got to meet Coco. But I did get to meet Harumbi, and I got to meet Harumbi's father, which is Mojo. And I was sitting in the cage, and if you guys ever look up an episode of Swamp Brothers on Amazon Plus or whatever it's on, you'll see in the beginning where a gorilla comes up and goes, "Wah!" And that was Mojo. I was sitting there, and the vet walked in. The GoPro was on my hat, and the vet walked in. Mojo saw the vet, and he had a towel over a dart gun. And Mojo hated the vet as it is because he knew that when the vet came, it meant that he was going to be put to sleep. And so he jumped, and right above my head, he just goes, "Ah!" And it was so loud, it shook every rib in my body. I was like in a fetal position. I was just like, it was horrifying. And when then we took him in there and gave him the reversal. We took him back in his lockdown, gave him the reversal, and we had to get the tarp and get out of there. It took him a little while to come to. It took him probably about a good 15, 20 minutes, and then he was groggy still. So he just climbed up on his deck there, and he went to sleep. And the next day, I went out to feed the gorillas in the morning with the guy, Jerry, who took care of the gorillas and raised Harumbi in his house. I went to feed it, and Mojo was out there in the yard up and was waiting for me to throw him a cabbage because he recognized me because I hung out with him a little bit. And I got to hang out with Harumbi every day for a little bit. And Harumbi was taking the little gorillas in the troop. He would steal them from the moms and take them off and go play with them. And then he would just leave them there and then go about his business because mom was coming back to get the baby. So Mojo, we were there for like 7 days, and the gorilla thing was the first day we filmed that. And Mojo every day would turn his back to me and hit the ground. And then on the very last day, I go, wait, before we leave, I got to go with Jerry. I got to go feed Mojo. I felt so bad that he wouldn't accept me anymore. And that day, I was like, Mojo, get over here. And he looked at me, turned his back towards me, and hit the ground. And Harumbi was there, and Harumbi's mom was there, and the other babies. And then he kept looking over at me. And he turned around slowly, and he just sat there looking at me. And then finally he leans over, and he's a big silverback dude. And he walked over to the edge, and I threw him a cabbage, and he took it and bit in it and looked back up at me. And then I was like, okay, he forgave me. And Jerry was like, that's him forgiving you.
Have a good night, Kathleen, Valerio.
And
Patty went off too because she has 2 exams tomorrow.
Good. She's got to go to bed. But it's intense. It's intense when you build a bond with an animal and you can see them finally forgive you for what happened. And dude, I was like in tears. I'm like, yes, give me another cabbage. Oh man. Well, Harumbi did not attack that child. Yes, Harumbi grabbed the child and was dragging the child. But that's the same thing Harumbi did with the baby gorillas. And Harumbi was just a big sub-adult then. And I don't Do I think he would have hurt the child? No. He would have wanted to play with the child, and I think the other gorillas would have been more of a threat to the child, the females in there. But I don't believe Harambe would have. Harambe was raised in jail, used to sit at the dinner table and eat dinner. Mom! With Jerry and his kids and his wife. Harambe was raised in that house and was an incredible, incredible animal. I don't believe he would have hurt that child. I believe he just wanted to play, and
Yeah, like Heather said.
it freaked him out because all the people yelling at him. And
Well, he dragged the child away from the other gorillas.
Gorillas, right.
Is what he was doing.
Right. He dragged him away, and he just wanted to be by himself with the child. He wanted to play with the child. Exactly. The parents should have been watching their child.
Mm-hmm.
And just awesome. What, Mark? I thought Mojo was in a cage, not in a tent. He wasn't in a tent. The gorilla enclosure it's an island with a moat all the way around it, and the island sits in the middle. And the lockdowns where they go in at night and sleep in the lockdowns. After the surgery, they let them out on the island. Oh, they're fine in the heat. They're fine, and they're shaded. They're shaded over there, and everything, and everything. They do fine. Madagascar gets very hot. Yeah, and they shot him, and no, not tents, Mark. I didn't say tents. I said gorilla yard. Pens, I said. Pens, not tents. Pens. It may have sounded like tents. They were in pens, and the enclosure is a moat around an island. Yeah, my parents took me to zoos all the time. That was my favorite place to go. I used to sneak off to Budapest Zoo when I was a kid and could get on the trolley and ride over to the zoo when I was like 8 years old by myself and go to the zoo, and never did something stupid like that. And Nick knows. Nick's heard about me from the veterinarian who works at the zoo now. He didn't work there when I was a kid, but the reptile house, I was friends with the curator there. My godfather was friends with him. So I would come to the zoo, they'd let me in, and they'd take me to the reptile house. I was actually helping cleaning cages and everything. And I'd spend every day we were in Budapest at the zoo. Intense.
Mark, do you want to go camping? I think Mark wants to go camping.
Intense?
In a gorilla enclosure.
Yes. All right, guys. I'm going to because I'm going to go eat dinner.
Putt.
Listen, putt. John Weigel, that's my dream ape, is a orangutan. That's my dream ape. Is I want an orangutan very, very badly. And one day I'll get one. I carried one around Parrot Jungle all day one time. Love you all. Have a great night. God bless. Prayers to each one of you. Els and Lawrence, prayers to you guys and your family. We love you. Love you guys. Mickey, love you. Love you all you guys. Tori, everybody. Tina, Jennifer, Heather, John. Even you, Mark. We love you, buddy. Hannah. All you guys are. Joyce. Barry. Sunny Days. Lisa. Nick.
Not goodbyes, John Weigel, but I will see you later.
We will see you later. Jennifer W. Love you all, you guys. All our mods, thank you so much. You guys are absolutely incredible. Sherry B, Lauren, Laura Sloan, Renee, Shadowrunner, sweetheart, we love you. Mimi, Tammy, Mom. Good night, everybody. Peggy, we love you, honey. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you so much for the love and support. Tomorrow's video, digging Cuban eggs. It's going to be awesome.
I hear his stomach grumbling, John.
Yeah, it is. My stomach is going crazy.
Oh, that was yours?
Yeah, that
I thought
was
that
mine.
was his.
No, that was mine.
Because he was
that's
standing right
easy.
here in my ear.
Oh.
Oh, that's easy.
Steve! Darlene, good. It's going to be a good video. You guys make sure you check it out. Comment on there. Guess how many eggs. And leave it in the comments. Angie, good night, everybody. God bless. And we'll see you guys live Sunday night. Don't forget, we go live every Sunday night. We do mail. We do Q&As.
Yeah, you
We
know.
do just shoot the shites. And
Shoot
then
the sheets.
shoot the sheets.
Sheets
And
of paper, that is.
then we
Lots
Show
of
off
shenanigans.
do our sale. And we
Show
got a
off
lot of
stuff.
rocks coming
Yeah.
Friday. So that's going to be awesome. God bless everybody. Good night. Julia, leave your comment tomorrow on the video. Good night. See ya.